back to News Geelong as we move into the world of Geelong sport with Mitch Scoop Cleary.
Thanks, Rollo. We're down here at Simmons Stadium where we caught up with Geelong coach Chris Scott as he prepares for Adelaide's match where he takes on former Geelong people Darren Milburn and Brenton Sanderson.
Yeah, I think it has an influence. Yeah, no doubt. They know our players very well, better than I do. Sando knows our game style particularly well, as does Dusha. How much they change their game style to counter us is yet to be seen. I'd be surprised. I think you've always got to back your system in, but certainly they know the individuals well, so yeah, you'd rather have that information than not.
Scott said the Cats were building like every other side.
Oh, I'm always concerned as a coach, always thinking about the things that could go wrong and the things that could be better. I think we're 4-2 and we're going okay. But we need to play better footy. But as I said after the game on the weekend, I think everyone's going to improve through the season. Some sides are a bit more forward in their preparation, but anyone that sort of stagnates from here is going to get left behind. So we're going okay. We'd like to have won all our games, but we think we're in a reasonable position.
Scott has his take on the Wojcinski blow, which resulted in a 2-week ban to be spread across 4 weeks with VFL buyers.
I actually saw the incident. I wasn't far from it at all, and it was split second. It was very tight. So I guess from one perspective you could say he's a little bit unlucky, but we'll really need to wait until the VFL tribunals had a look at it before we can assess the damage.
The Geelong coach said he was pleased for rookie Jesse Stringer, who had forced his way into the best 22.
Well, we're really happy for Jesse, and when I say we, I mean all of our players and staff, because they've seen what he's been through firsthand. Our medical staff have done a fantastic job. For the player who was basically out for 12 months going through rehab, it was really tough on him. But our players love playing with him as well, which means a lot to me. I really value the players that have the respect of their teammates, and Jesse's a really contested player. He's had to work through adversity, and he's forced his way into our best 22, which is a fantastic effort given where he's come from.
Scott said he did have an opinion on the two major issues in footy currently.
Yeah, I do. I think the two things are getting confused. I think it would be a lot clearer if the umpires actually said to us, or the AFL identified which ones were free kicks and which ones were mistakes. But there are two distinct issues. There's drawing the free kick by leading with your head, which I think we all accept as dangerous. And my understanding of the interpretation is that that's not a free kick if you run into someone with your head. Yep. And then the other one is shrugging a tackle. And I think the umpires have got to be clear with us, or the umpiring department, and say, let us know which ones are free kicks and which ones aren't. With
talk Sharon could be replaced, Scott gave his approval of the current footy.
No, I think there's some good people at the AFL and they know what they're doing. Sharon's a good ball, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. What are the AFL thinking in AFL ball?
Oh, perhaps looking at other brands, I think.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, of the three recognised footy brands out there, I reckon Sharon's the best.
Thanks, Chris. Now we speak to Geelong speedster Stephen Motlop, who won the Rising Star nomination for this week.
I mean, I've been on the list for 4 years now and had a couple of injuries along the way, but it's good to get out now and have a few games under my belt and play, the first 6 games, and having a pretty good season so far.
He said he had overcome the shoulder injuries that hurt him early in his career.
Yeah, I came down, I already had my left shoulder done, and I had to get my other right shoulder done at the same next 3 months, and missed the first year, and then came back the next year and obviously hurt my shoulder again. Big Hawkey put his knee in my back, and it was a bit of a setback, but I've had that setback and now I'm just so happy playing footy at the moment.
Coach Chris Scott said Motlop had worked very hard over the pre-season.
Yeah, I guess he's a little bit similar to Jesse Stringer in that respect, that he's had to fight his way through a little bit of adversity. He came to the club as a very talented player and someone that was earmarked for senior footy a long time ago, but it hasn't come as quickly to him as some of us would have expected. But now he's forced his way into the team, into our best team, well and truly, by virtue of the way he fits into our system. He gives us something a little bit different. He's got extreme pace, but he's got a great work ethic as well. So he helps us. I think we've all seen the help he's given us in attack, but some of his defensive pressure is the stuff that we really value.
He said his brothers Shannon and Daniel had given him plenty of advice early in his 11-game career.
Yeah, obviously I had a couple of brothers play at footy as well. Shannon won a premiership with Kangaroos and Daniel's played a few games, so they always give me advice and I always take it on board.
They always say the youngest is the best.
I like to say that. They just congratulated me for this, but every week I just talk to them, they watch every game, and you know it's good because they're my brothers, they can give me that honest feedback, so I always take it on board.
Motlop said he had taken a large chunk of his pre-season building his bulk on these troublesome shoulders.
Yeah, I think just a big pre-season, working with the coaches just on my game, and yeah, just getting into the gym and taking my body to that next level, just testing it out at training and all the drills. And
you physically feel stronger, particularly you had to build up the shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I had to build them up, and they're going to be stronger than what they were when I first came to the club, so I'm pretty confident with them.
Thanks, Stephen, and congratulations. Now we pass on to Andrew Banjanen, the Geelong VFL player, for the weekly update.
Well, we love our VFL footy here at News Geelong, and Andrew Banjanen is our guest this week. And big fella, gee, you are tall. You lost last week to the Casey Scorpions, which I think surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, that's right. We were in really good form after coming up after belting Bendigo the other week, and we thought we were in for a chance, and probably didn't prepare ourselves as well, thinking we'd just come in and win. But they played really tough footy and hunted us all day. Yeah.
Well, also the big win against Bendigo could have lulled you into a false sense of security because, you know, on paper, Bendigo Gold, as they're now known, they looked okay.
Yeah, well, that's right. They still have a few AFL players, and yeah, we just turned up to play great footy that day.
Well, the good news for St Albans supporters this weekend is that you'll be returning to the Geelong Football League, and boy, they could use a big fella like you in the ruck.
Yeah, no, I was pretty excited to go back, and it's always good going back to St Albans. Even though it's tough, and it's going to be even tougher this week with playing South Barwon. There's a few boys at Geelong that are at South Barwon, and no, looking forward to it. I think we've got a few ins as well.
Yeah, I mean, you do notice the difference. It might be just local footy, but you've seen what's happened with Ryan Gamble and Brad Ottens. It's taken them a little while to hit their straps at that level as well.
That's right. It's not an easy level though. It's quite a good level of football, and it's with big names like them coming in, it's just going to get better.
It is. Well, look, you're having a bye this week. We should tell people it's an amazing fixture, isn't it? This is your second bye for the VFL Geelong side within a few weeks.
Yeah, that's right. And then we play Sandringham next week, and we got another bye with the state representative team. So there's a few byes, which is good. You can go back, or you could have a rest and rest the body from the footy.
Yeah, either way, it's good news, isn't it? Yeah. And now I believe tonight you're going to have a bit of a run with the Bellarine Football League squad, so that'll be an experience for those guys as well.
Oh yeah, it's always good for those clubs to come down and experience what goes on at Geelong, and all the professionalism that is at Geelong, and hope the boys can take something away from it.
Thanks Andrew and Nico for that interview. That's all we have time for in sport this evening. Be sure to catch us next week, but for now it's back to you, Rollo.
Thank you, Mitch. And now for all the weather expected for Geelong on the Surf Coast over the next 6 days, let's look at the week ahead. Starting off another weekend of autumn in May, tomorrow Saturday will be partly cloudy, scattered showers and possible hail, more frequent on the Surf Coast and a top of 15. Then on Sunday, Mother's Day, will be cloudy with windy and scattered showers and a top of 15. Monday will be cloudy with isolated showers and a top of 15, while Tuesday will continue with cloud and isolated showers, also a top of 15. Wednesday a sunny day with a top of 18, while Thursday will return to partly cloudy conditions and a top also of 18. Today around Geelong and the Surf Coast we saw a partly cloudy day with isolated showers, a top of 17 this afternoon. That's the weather outlook for Geelong and the Surf Coast. Stay with us, as coming up next is Daryl and the boys of the local footy show, and be prepared for another burster tomorrow morning in the Geelong and District Footy Show with Big Dick and the crew. Thank you for joining us on News Geelong. To all of our community volunteers, have a great week next week as part of National Volunteers Week, and remember, take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, enjoy the rest of the evening, have a safe and enjoyable weekend, and a very good night.